Yo, what is up guys? Human here. In this video, I'm going to be showing you this really cool thing in Oaklands that happens every Friday. This is a pretty good way to make money. This is called the Heavenly Trees, and they only spawn on Fridays every week, normal time. And the way you find out if they spawn is you want to head up to these two bridges here. You want to take a right. We're going to be heading up to the snow biome with a sequoia. And what is up here is this pretty cool shrine. Basically, when you're in a server, the shrine will keep ticking. It only ticks on Friday. Every now and then you'll see this yellow glow on the shrine. And every time it does a yellow glow, that means it has a chance to spawn for one of these heavenly trees, as you can see up here. Now these heavenly trees can spawn literally anywhere on the map. It's crazy. So they're a bit like the spooky trees inside of Lumber Tycoon 2, as in it can spawn on one of the spikes in the acid lands at the very top if it wanted to. There's no real restriction on where it can spawn. It can spawn in caves. But we got one there, so I'm just going to show you where the shrine is so you guys can find it yourself. And yeah, as I said, this only happens on Friday. These trees sell for pretty good money. So what you're going to do, you're going to want to make your way up this hill here. So actually, the way up's over here. And you'll see these steps. You're going to need a fusion coil. Probably get up here. Or a gravity coil. You want to jump up here, jump, jump, jump. If you have free cam, you can just fly your free cam up here and take a look. And as you can see, there's this really big, cool shrine. And one of these beacons is lit up, which indicates the direction of where the tree spawned. So you'd usually stand here. This one says this way, so you'd head in this direction, and it spawns a big cone from this point of where it can spawn. So this one's obviously spawned right there. But every Friday, this shrine will enable itself, and this tree symbol in the middle here will start. Every now and then, it will glow, which I'll quickly wait and see if we can find it for you guys right now. There we have it, guys. As you just saw, for a very brief moment, the tree just lit up for a second. Now, it's not guaranteed every time that happens. That is the server doing a tick, basically, to attempt to spawn a tree. So, eventually, that will happen, and one of these pillars here will light up, indicating which direction you want to go to find the tree. So, what we're going to do here, we're going to head back down to our vehicle, and we're going to head to this heavenly tree over here. Now, if you want to chop these, I recommend using a really good axe. These trees are really strong. I'm using the light etcher, which has a slight bonus against these trees, but it's a pretty rare axe. But any decent axe will do. I'm pretty sure there's a bit of a requirement for these trees. And what you can do as well that's pretty cool with these trees is you can chop them most of the way. Can't really see how much you've chopped, but you can chop them most of the way. And then can get a living axe on the final few chops, and you can keep the leaves on it, and it's a pretty cool tree to have on your base. I'm gonna break this down real quick. I'm gonna take it back to the base and process it, and see how much we make. There we go. Got the tree now. We're gonna put it in the back of the cart. We're gonna head down the mountain. We're using the classic Jeep Barrow here because it's one of the very vehicles that's incredibly fast while still having anchor points. Is why I like to use these trees. You can get to the tree quite quickly, and it's very good for carrying it back. Well, I say that's if you anchor it properly on the vehicle. If the the branches of the tree are touching, it can be a bit of a hassle, but the speed of it makes it worth it in my opinion. So we're gonna take this back towards my base, process it real quick, and these will usually sell for just over 100 or so thousand. So every Friday, these are definitely worth keeping an eye out for, just checking every now and then whilst you're playing. Because The wood is also really cool. The standard variant of the wood is neon, so it's one of the few neon materials in the game, along with like magma wood, fractal wood, and some of the electrified woods. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chop the tree up into singular pieces so that I can process it in one of my machines. Get my axe out and chop all the branch parts. Then we're gonna run it through one of my machines, load it up, and sell it. And here we are with the last branch. Here we go. These take so many hits to break. There we go. What I'm going to do real quickly before I run it through my machine, I'm going to grab a tiny little piece because I'm planning to add this material to my processor permanently, which the way I do that is I add a material laser to it. So we're going to need a sanded piece for this. I'll leave this to the side. What we're going to do is grab all these and put them into here real quick. My processor should hopefully get these processed quite quickly, but because they're quite small pieces, any regular wood processor will work. You don't need one made for specifically hard to cut materials like this. But here we go, we put this one in. I put it into the non-logic version of the machine, so I gotta, fortunately most of these are put down to size perfectly. And one at my truck. We got 14 pieces from that. Front of the storage side, I think. Triple top. Span. Go and take this to sell. We have all of our heavenly tree planks in the back. The trees aren't very big, but the value of the wood is pretty high, so they're worth. What I would do is I would every Friday just grab a bunch of them, and eventually when you get to a day where the sell price is decent, you should sell them. This singular tree is 145k. I think this is a really good way earlier on in the game to make money, and if you server hop and farm these, you can make a decent bit of profit. And yeah, it's just a secret little tree that's in the game. That's another really good way to make money. You stumble across one, or you're just in the server doing nothing, you may as well check if there is any every Friday. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.